Hey, good morning. David McGuffin here from Vienna. Behind me is the State Opera House of Vienna. My tour group's in there looking around and getting a tour of the interior of it. But today is the Vienna Marathon, Sunday morning here. And so I'd like to share with you some of my experiences all day long here walking around on a Sunday in Vienna. I hope you really enjoy this experience. And let's take a look at the marathon for a moment. Only in Vienna could I be standing out here in the race course again. The guys and ladies are going behind me. The Vienna State Opera here was built in 1869, and it's in a neo-Renaissance style. We're standing here in the plaza right outside, and you can see this big screen here, which broadcasts live from on stage almost every evening in the summer. There's about 1,700 seats inside the Opera House, along with probably about 150 or so standing room only seats that are actually cheap seats up in the top balcony. Cafe Soccer. This is the home to the world-famous soccer torte. This cake was invented in 1832 by Franz Soccer when he was faced with providing a quick improv dessert solution for a royal event. The cake is simple, 2 layers separated by a layer of apricot jam and then covered with chocolate icing. Then it's all capped off with a dollop of whipped cream. Gärtnerstrasse is a grand pedestrian-friendly street running north from the Opera to Stephensplatz. Nowadays, it's loaded with tacky tourist shops and department stores, but once it was the grandest street in all Vienna, filled with elegant shops, such as J&L Lobmeyer Crystal, founded in 1823 and once the chosen crystal shop of the Hofburgs. Filling most of Albertinaplatz, the Monument Against War and Fascism remembers the dark years from 1938 to 1945 when Austria came under the rule of Nazi Germany. The split white stone, chiseled from the quarry at nearby Mauthausen concentration camp, are known as the Gates of Violence. This figure depicts a hunched-over Austrian Jew forced to scrub the street with a toothbrush. About a third of Vienna's 200,000 Jews died in Nazi concentration camps. Nearby is a statue of Orpheus entering the underworld. That's the guy with his head in the stone. Rising behind the statue is a stone tablet with a declaration that established Austria as a democracy in 1945. In the crypt of this Capuchin church lies what's left of Austria's royal nobility. Vienna was home of the rich and powerful Hofburg family, who for centuries ruled their vast empire from here in Vienna. Paying a small fee to go inside will bring you face to face with the pewter tombs of Empress Maria Theresa, who ruled from 1740 to 1780. She reformed the government and married off many of her 16 children to Europe's most important rulers. Just up the street from the Kaisergruft, you'll find the Four Rivers Fountain. It symbolizes the 4 rivers that flow into the Danube, surrounded by a scantily clad Lady Providence. The Hofburg is a sprawling campus of palaces where the Habsburg family lived and ruled their empire. Contained here are the family's public rooms and private apartments, the Spanish riding school, famous for the Lipperzahner stallions, and the Imperial Music Chapel, where the Vienna choir boys sing the Mass each Sunday. Kohl Market is Vienna's chic and expensive street. It's lined with shops such as Gucci, Armani, Tiffany, and more. Vienna's best and most famous chocolate cafe is here too, and it's affordable. Step inside Cafe Dimmel for a look at the chocolate making process and for a takeaway treat as well. Sitting at a table with a piece of chocolate cake and a coffee is a great way to take in the ambience of the street scene here on Coal Market. The Graben connects the ritzy coal market with Vienna's main square, Stephensplatz. In Roman times, the Graben was a moat or a ditch along the perimeter of a military camp. By the 1900s, it was paved and filled with automobile traffic for most of the 20th century. Then, in 1972, vehicles were banned and the Graben was transformed into one of Europe's first pedestrian promenades. After the plague in 1679, Emperor Leopold I ordered St. Peter's Church to be built as a thank you to God. This is the best, highly ornamented Baroque church in Vienna, so step inside for an awe-inspired peek at the opulence. The Holy Trinity Plague Monument was built as another thank you, Lord, for the end of the plague that wiped out nearly 75,000 Viennese in 1679. Here you can see Emperor Leopold I on his knees begging God to save the city. Also, look for the angel tossing the old naked woman, symbolizing the plague, into the abyss. Würstel stands are all over Vienna and Austria. Think of them as a cheap and quick place to get a stand-up meal. Add bread, beer, and condiments, and you're filled up for the next few hours. Stephensplatz is Vienna's main city square. Dominating the square is Vienna's cathedral. Construction began on Stephen's Dome around 1160 and was finally completed in the form we see today by 1511. It is huge and sports an ornately tiled roof featuring the double-headed black eagles that symbolize the Hofburg family. The North Tower soars over 400 feet above the square, and inside you'll find a tangled web of vaulted arches stretching to the heavens.
Well, this is a not-so-blue Danube. Actually, in German, it's known as the Donau, and this is a little Donau, the baby Donau, or the small Danube Canal.
Hey, this kind of wraps up this look around Vienna City. I hope you've enjoyed it. Your adventure starts right here with David McGuffin's Exploring Europe.